Now let's talk about the layout of the pivot table, the different areas of how you put data on your pivot table. Here I have an Excel 2007 pivot table, and here's my field list. Here you can see that we have the four distinct portions of the pivot table, or the areas: the report filter, the column labels, the row labels, and then the values. Now the report filter, that was the page area in previous versions of Excel. The column labels was a column area, the row labels was a row area, and then the values was the data area. So if I come over here to my pivot table and I choose pivot table options and I choose display, and I'm going to choose my classic pivot table layout so I can see what the previous versions of pivot tables used to look like. You can see here's my data area, my row area, my column area, and then my page area here at the top. So now the type of data I want to put in my data area, or the type of records I want to put in my data area, that's going to be where I want to summarize my information. So you're going to want to put numerical type information in there so you can find the average, the summary, the max, the min, or the count, information like that. The row area, that's where you're going to want to put string or character type information, such as maybe a project name, a client name, employee, information such as that. Now the column area, typically, like if you want to see data going out horizontally on your report, that's what you're going to want to put in your column area, such as maybe you want to see like by date, like you want to see the revenue by date, so you put your revenue in your data area, and then you would put your date in your column area, and then you could group that by quarter or year or whatever you wanted. Now within your page area, that's where you're going to put stuff you want to filter on, like if you want to maybe only, like if you had a region or department and you wanted to only see certain departments for that entire pivot table, you'd put stuff in there. So if I were to come here and drag stuff on, if I were to take maybe my employee, put that in my row area, and then I want to put my let's say my date, that's going to go in my column area, and then I want to put my hours in my data area. And so you notice how it summarized, aggregated the hours in my data area. My string information or my character values here of employee are in my row area, and then my date, this is in the column area going out horizontally. And then maybe now I want to drag in my client to my page area, or my report filter. So now I can come in here, I can see maybe if I only want to choose, let's say Verizon Wireless, and then I can see all my data on my pivot table is filtered down to only the information for Verizon Wireless.